there, those nutrients will get back to the system at some point.
Yes, yeah.
It will be feeding up the system because everything is connected. And of course, very interesting research that some of my classmates did back in California at UCSB was to analyze how big hotels can benefit from having healthy coral reefs because of the reasons you mentioned before, Georgia. Like reefs attract several species, and they can be a barrier against like tsunamis and other, and preventing from the weathering of the beaches. And also, since they are so attractive, life attracts life, right? So the more colorful and bountiful coral reefs we have, the more tourists will come, and lots of families depend on that.
Yep, that's a good point.
So my classmates were analyzing the possibilities of some big chains of hotels to charge a little extra to ensure the coral reefs and to help protecting them, funding some restoration projects. And we're getting several thank you notes from our audience. Thank you also for being part of this. We love to have your feedback, comments, and questions. That makes our dives fun and different every time.
Yeah, we love questions.
Even if sometimes we are asked about the depth like 10 times on the same dive.
We can look it up 10 times, so.
Is Ave with us still?
No.
No. Oh. I'm curious about how she got involved in marine science. So maybe next watch I'm gonna ask her.
Yeah, so she's at, yeah, that would be a good question for her. So she's a student at the American Samoa Community College, majoring in marine science, but it would be very exciting to know why she chose it and how she got there. And I know she was saying earlier there's not a great number of students interested, which always surprises me. So I think it's great that she's here and she's able to share her story. And I'm sure that more people will be interested now, having seen the opportunities that arise. So.
Yeah, and that's also true for not only for ocean people or islanders, but also for people like in my country. You live very close to a forest and you know very little about it.
Right.
It's like we humans are in general are not investing much time in finding out and what is around and learning about our own ecosystems and our own treasures, because we have treasures in the oceans but also inland, right?
Right. Yeah, so we will have to ask her on our next watch.
Yeah, remind me if I forget.
I'll try.
Please.
I might leave a post-it note here somewhere.
Yeah, we still have 15 minutes or so of our watch, so if you are interested in something else, please send your comments and questions our way. And then we will be ready for breakfast or nap.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah, we just hit 640 meters, so we are zooming up.
Mm-hmm. So how fast is Hercules going up in the water column?
Right now it's 18 meters per minute. Most of the way up has been more like 15 or 16 meters per minute.
Oh, cool.
So can you put it on an autopilot? Does that exist?
I can, when we're down on the bottom, we have some pretty good auto functions, but the vehicle needs, the DVL instrument needs to be able to ping the bottom for any of that to work. So when we come up, when we don't have that, or when we come up in the water column, we have a really useful, but it's kind of a simple function. It's just a stick lock button. So whatever inputs that I have on all the joysticks to make the vehicle go a certain way, if you can just hold them in that position and then push this button, it just holds where you had the sticks.
Okay.
So it's like kind of like cruise control, I guess. So it's not, it doesn't need to use any instruments. Like when we're in the water column now, we're so far off the bottom, none of that stuff will work for us. But if I just like push ahead hard and pull up, and then I push that button, it maintains those inputs. So it's kind of like an autopilot, but it's not going to do anything to change.
Right.
So you have to babysit it.
So do we record any information while in transit to other dive sites? I don't think so, right? No.
Well, we often map while we're on the way.
Yeah, we have some gaps to fill too in the maps, so I think
that's right.
I'm pretty sure, do we not stream at all times? Like if we're on their way, aren't we streaming the back deck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you'll be able to watch the sunset tonight, Mary.
Yeah. Yes, yes. And if you want to know more about our plans for exploring and diving, you can check and click on the link on our status, and you'll find a map and some other details about our exploration. And remember also that while I am on watch, you can ask questions in Spanish as well. If you're too shy to write in English.
Is that your first language?
Yeah.
Hola.
So they're asking about if besides eels, are there any other animals and plants that we're looking for at Baialulu, and
We will be looking for everything and anything. So
it's going to be a surprise for us as well.
Yes. Yep. So we'll be doing similar to how we're exploring here. So we'll be moving along a path, and then anything of interest, then we can zoom in, we can sample it if we want to, and we can also run those transects as well to collect some quantitative data. So,
yes.
And I think we have a request from a scientist to possibly sample bacterial mat if we see one.
okay, well there you go. Yeah, so Becca is our data logger, so she is doing a fantastic job down there and keeping track of all the requests from scientists ashore, as well as logging continuously everything that we're seeing from here. So
yes,
we
love you, Becca.
very busy job, but she's a rock star.
We have a question about if we're going into sorry, into the caldera or to the sides of Baialulu.
We haven't made a plan yet, so we will look today at the maps and then decide the route, the path for that. All right, well, I think I'm going to clock out now and go and have my breakfast. So thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. See you later, Georgia.
Bye.
Yeah, we're about to finish our watch, and there's some people coming, so we're gonna be hearing some conversations here in the band. So we're gonna be heading to Baialulu, and our next dive would be in more or less 24 hours. So stay tuned. Anthony, are you with us? Yeah, not yet. Buenos días. Gracias por escribirnos en español. Yeah, we're finally switching watches. So we now have Anthony as our navigator. And my people from communications haven't arrived yet, so I can't go nap yet. But thank you for the good wishes, though.
Test check 1, 2, 1, 2. Alrighty.
Yes, yes.
Gonna reset all of our audio for the last 500 meters, so it's correct. Right, critical. We are, what's this, 8 to 12? Shazam. Then we're gonna reset all your trims. Shapoofy. Oh. 850.
Okay, now it's time for me to go. So welcome to the 8 to 12 watch, and I'm gonna head this to Maddie, who's going to be in charge of the communications for this watch. It was a pleasure to share with you our first dive, and see you very soon. Bye.
Adios.
Adios.
Oh, it looks like somebody splurged at the Nautilus gift shop. Maddie's here. She's got her shirt, her hat, her vest.
Okay, it's cold and my hair is a mess.
Oh, okay. That's one of those.
Yeah. It may look very sleek, but it's all
Illusion.
an illusion. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So Bob, you can kill the camera system and Ethernet bottle.
Oh. Well, I'm 100%. I don't know, maybe. I don't know what he had it at. I would have thought he'd drive up as fast as he can, but we might be hitting the thermocline or something too. Yeah. It's interesting in Alvin, sometimes you'd come up to the surface.
Yeah.
You'd be coming up, 30 meters a minute, and you get up to like 10 meters depth, and it just stop.
Oh, wow.
You'd have to drive it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever come up through, it would have to have been off like the Pacific Northwest, one of those layers of lanternfish around 400 meters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Delta is still going up.
All right, or wait, you're going too fast.
Yeah, you want to go slower.
Yeah. Be nice.
This is killing it over here. I'm just surprised in the last week that joystick hasn't just leapt off of that box. Like I give up, I can't do it anymore.
We could put a lighter spring on it so it's not such a workout,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, the right thing to do would be to build a new box that's like this big.
oh yeah, yeah. In all honesty, I was sitting here looking at that and trying to figure out why we kept getting away too. So I had the same gas pedal, brake pedal. Yeah. Let's do that too.
So it looks like we're at around 350 meters or so. Is that?
332.
332. All right.
Well, it depends on which vehicle you're looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fair statement. So what's our plan here? We're going to
recover
in the next hour or so?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like 20 minutes maybe?
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Well, cool. Did we find anything of particular interest over the last two watches? I was sound asleep, so I did not watch.
Oh, really? Oh, that sounds nice.
Well, for about 4 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. What did we see?
I think I watched and I was working in my office, but I had it on till 2. There was a lot of, stalked sponges, crinoids, that kind of stuff, some more eels.
Sort of what we were seeing at during our watch.
And then at 5, they were still on the bottom and still conducting a survey, but I didn't look to see what the depth was.
Uh-huh. Cool.
But the...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
And then once we recover, Suna and likely her whole team goes and recovers all of the samples from the ROV, and we usually come back with quite a few. And they very carefully catalog, photograph, inventory, identify, and process those according to what they are. And that's a time-consuming process, and very important they do it right. And we'll usually stream that out so people can kind of see the activity down in the wet lab.
Awesome.
Awesome, right, Suna?
Yeah, awesome.
I am so excited.
And those little slurps that we've been doing, those whole canisters come off of the ROV.
Oh, interesting.
And go into the lab with everything inside
the
them.
control van?
I don't think we did any push cores.
We didn't.
300 meters.
So that makes it a little bit easier. Those can be time consuming to process and preserve.
So those corals, we got them.
100, what he said?
Yeah, he said inform us.
Oh.
Mark, do you want to hold on 100 or just inform you?
Just give us a heads up at 100 meters. We're all
Yes.
standing around waiting. We just gotta go down on deck and put on life jackets.
Copy that.
Yeah, they're all rigged and ready out there. What was your question, Maddie?
Oh, yeah. So I was going to ask, you know, obviously we're seeing all of these corals and sponges at depths where sunlight never penetrates. Do we do any sort of protection once they get on deck against sunlight?
Like issue sunglasses?
Yeah, or like, you know, are they
UV
vampires? Will they shrivel up and disappear?
No. We try to be as fast as possible with the corals. So we take the coral samples first. We take them in the water, in buckets with water, and put them in the fridge. So they're quite protected. We just have to be a little bit fast.
Is the fridge kept at a temperature about the same as where they were found?
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 degrees warmer Celsius.
We also have a super cold fridge. I don't know if we have any samples that we're planning to.
We also have a minus 80 degrees fridge.
That's minus 80 Celsius.
Fridge, this is now.
Although at about minus 30, minus 40.
They're the same.
They're the same. The two systems converge.
Okay.
Can we have the ship steaming, making a headway of speed between 0.3 to 0.5 of a knot, please? Thank you.
Well, it looks like we have a summer school joining us from England who has students from around the world, and they want to practice their English on asking us a couple of questions. So I say, send them our way. We'll get to them as we can. And yeah, that was my first time looking at deep sea coral from inside the control van, so I have to say it was pretty exciting, pretty cool on all the sponges and echinoderms and everything that live down there. I've definitely watched from my home computer on the live stream.
It's not, I mean, I think we do a great job of delivering the control room experience.
Yeah.
You can see a lot more monitors in here, but you're just as informed at home as we are here.
I will second that, absolutely. We were talking about that actually, how there's, you know, of course it's different to be hearing the conversation as opposed to being a part of it, but when you're watching at home or if you're sitting in the control van, it is very similar, and you know, you're seeing a lot of the same screens, you're hearing the same things, and it's all in real time.
Except for the satellite delay.
Yeah.
Right.
and the video encoding and decoding and transcoding and retransmission.
Yeah, well, I still don't have any idea what's happening over
for the live feed on the public website, that could be 20 to 40 seconds of delay.
Oh, wow, I didn't realize it was
And if
so
you
much.
want to find that out, you could ring your family and have them look at the satellite feeds when we're in transit, go out, stand in front of cam aft and wave at them, and then say, do you see me? I'm waving at you. And they'll say, no, 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 no,
I've definitely already done that.
Almost a minute.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, now I see you, and you've already left. You're down in somewhere else on the vessel by then.
So once we get Hercules and Argus on deck, the team will go to work, Suna and all.
And the ROV teams do a thorough post-dive servicing of the ROVs.
And then we've got about another 20 or so hour transect that we're doing.
Transit.
Or transit, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds like about 200 miles.
Yep. And where are we going next?
I'm here for a while, and I try not to let my brain think about the fact that I'm going from Samoa to San Francisco at 10 miles an hour.
You're going faster than that. You're doing like 14 or something.
Oh, really? Yeah. When we're moving. And when we're moving in that direction. We don't start that for a while.
Are you all mapping on your way back too? Sometimes?
We do mapping during that transit. Absolutely. Anytime we're underway, we try and have mapping going so that we can add to the catalog of mapping data that's available. But we're doing stuff on all those legs, working our way back.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so if you, for your classes tomorrow, to answer your question, you can definitely have them ask us questions live here. We will be transiting, as I mentioned, for the next 20 hours or so not a lot of exciting things going on. We also have an amazing live interaction program. So if you're interested in scheduling an interaction with any of our SCFs or scientists, we do ship-to-shore Google Hangouts, and we can do a little presentation about the work that we do and then open it up to questions. And so that's open to schools around the world, other community organizations, and any sort of group that is interested in learning more.
Have you done any interactions, Maddie, with grade schools?
Oh, yeah.
Have you done second graders?
We did an elementary school yesterday. But they were like 4th and 5th graders.
Ah. It's 2nd and 3rd that I don't think they know any other question but a question about sharks.
Oh, 100%.
It's like 2nd and 3rd grade. Shark, 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 shark. 4th and 5th grade, you get pretty good questions.
Yeah. Narelle and I did an interaction this morning, and we got a shark. I think I've had a shark question pretty much every interaction I've done. Yep. We got a shark question. I mean, they're the coolest thing underwater.
We saw a lot of sharks last leg. I would expect to see them this leg, too. There's a siphonophore, maybe?
You saw deep water sharks last leg?
No, they were all at the surface. But we got them at like 300 meters or so. And, right next to the vessel.
Yeah, they were surfacing.
Yeah, they're hoping that we're a fishing vessel and there's bycatch.
Yeah, those are really cool. Oceanic white tips, right?
Believe so, yeah.
Yep. And mahi-mahi. Those were both super cool to see. They were cool to see in the daytime, but even cooler at nighttime with kind of that underglow lit from underneath them with the flashlight refracting around. Oh, so amazing. And where are we going next after this?
Water.
More water. I know the answer. It's a trick question.
I don't know. And probably couldn't pronounce it if I did know it.
Yeah,
I'll let you do it. You can speak Turkish.
Yes, I couldn't speak too.
Ian,
everyone being quiet about it.
Yes.
Is Ian back there?
Nope.
Oh.
I know it's got a repeating section of vowels.
We're going to Vailulu.
Vailulu.
Pretty sure there's
That's
gonna
not
be
too hard to say.
So Vailulu is active, and people have been going there since the 90s, and it's been mapped a few times. Last Okeanos was there in 2017.
Yep.
And on some of the mapping, they saw active plumes. And then our goal is to go there, remap the crater to see if there's been any differences in shape since 2017. And then dive the outer flank and the crater. It could be interesting because we might run into some active stuff, some bacterial mat kind of business. We'll see if we run over it tomorrow morning with Rennie, if there's any active plumes we want to visit.
Right. Chris,
and then
oh, go ahead.
There might be some major visibility issues though.
Oh.
Because it's basically an underwater punch bowl. And so if there is venting and stuff, it tends to sort of collect in the bottom of the punch bowl. It's not getting flushed out.
Sure.
And somebody already wrote a comment in about how the visibility was nearly zero in some places they were in 2017.
Oh, wow.
So
awesome.
Is there a difference between like a crater and a caldera, or are they both the same? We need a geologist.
No, I'm not a geologist.
Yeah.
But anyway, it should be a pretty interesting dive. Or dives. We're going to try and do, I think, 2 there, but
great.
Right now we're trying to get in the pool Thursday morning our time to beat some weather that's supposed to come in late Thursday, Friday our time.
Okay. Cool. I'm excited. To answer your question, Ed, there is a difference between a caldera and a crater.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You wrote an article on this.
No, I did not actually.
Okay.
Well, I've written articles about calderas and craters, but not in the same.
Okay. What is the difference?
All right. Well, the difference is that a crater is almost always a vent for volcanic activity.
Yeah.
Whereas a caldera is formed from a large eruption of magma or lava, and it leaves a large empty chamber underground.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And a crater's depression, I believe, is typically smaller than that of a caldera.
Calderas are large. I know that.
Yeah. So it's interesting because Crater Lake in Oregon is actually a caldera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That goes back to our question of jellyfish or starfish.
Robert Collier at Oregon State University has been to the bottom of Crater Lake.
Camera
what?
Yeah.
How is that? That's amazing.
And then, strangely enough, we rented a moving truck to move a family member, and it had Crater Lake and that ROV on the side of the moving truck that we rented.
No way.
I took a picture of it and sent it to Bob.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a cool place.
It's beautiful.
And
it's
Diamond
amazing.
Lake just north of it.
I don't know if I've been to Diamond Lake.
That's where the campground is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Crater Lake.
That's good.
Crater, falsely named
So
Crater Lake,
It's
Oregon.
going to hit the mechanical stop there. See just above the gauge.
Have you ever seen a lava collapse zone?
No, I don't think so.
So it's where you have a large, fast-moving body of lava underwater. The top crust hardens from exposure to ambient seawater. The remainder continues to go out.
Oh.
And then these kind of columns form, and the rest of the chamber empties out. And then the top can't support anything, so it ends up falling to the bottom. And it looks like these Roman ruins.
Whoa.
There's some of those out at Axial Seamount off the coast of Oregon.
Yeah. Cool. The other movie that terrified me when I was a child, besides Mars Attacks, was Dante's Peak.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two gave me nightmares for a solid 5 years.
I think that was a Mount St. Helens inspired thing. doing that first. So I'm doing port over here.
You can kill your lights and thrusters. Maybe just leave the butt light on. Or you can kill that too. Doesn't matter. We're in the light. We can see the lump now. Nah, you can turn it on. So we'll be able to see it still. See, there's enough light you can see it out there. So I'll kill mine.
We are about 100 meter depth now.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, that's a great question. So, you could look at, let me just put it there real quick. You could look at KVM1. Yeah, I'm looking to see if it shows up on your panel or not. Yeah, vid KVM1 should be center bottom row. Yeah, that should be the back deck. Yeah. Whatever you want. Yeah, 1 is not always the back deck. We set that over here as needed. So, and in all honesty, it's the first time we've used it, so I'm happy it works.
All right, it looks like we can see the sun from below the surface now, huh?
Yes, we can.
See daylight.
Daylight.
I don't know if you can see the sun.
Aren't they the same? How did I get stuck with you on my watch?
It went south as soon as you spoke Turkish. Pulled that card out first day.
It's true, you never know what you're gonna get.
So do you have interactions after the dive, Maddie, or can you go down and watch the activity?
I believe we had all of our interactions between 4 and 6 this morning.
That's convenient.
Yeah. It's tricky with the time difference.
Yeah.
From here to the East Coast. So it looks like we get the rest of the morning to see all of the fun stuff. The other fun stuff. And bug Suna in the wet lab.
Yay.
Yay.
You can help her hold Peyton down.
I know he's going to be so excited. Yeah, and if you're interested in, we talked a little bit about those interactions earlier, and if you are interested in potentially setting one up for your class, you can head to nautiluslive.org and reach out to the education team, and they'll do their best to find a time that works between all the different time zones.
You had it over?
Yeah. Vehicle's at 50 meters.
All right.
Yes. Yes, we are. Go ahead, Mark. This is Nav. Go ahead.
Oh, we don't have a salvo for recovery?
Yes.
Oh. What? Oh, you do. I don't.
Ed, the bridge wants the... Thank you. Thank you.
Ed? We don't have a salvo for recovery, so, right? Yeah, okay. I mean... Well, I thought you were gonna. That's what I heard. That was the story I had heard. Suleiman, you want to put Herc up there? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'd be great. Is there video down in the hangar now? Yeah? Oh. I hadn't seen that. Yeah, I saw the switcher, but I didn't.
Yeah, so on the KVM, you can call up, it looks like a computer, but it's called video to KVM 1 and 2. Okay. And then if you choose KVM 2, that little panel will change what's feeding it. So you can do all your cameras from down there.
Nice.
Also want to put one of those in the tool van so you can watch the dive from tool van.
Yeah.
And an intercom. Hey, I see a boat.
Looks so ominous, doesn't it?
This is great. Our video engineering intern Anthony is here with us, and he's a student at Cal Maritime. So he gets to inspect the bottom of the vessel he's on. Which you don't get to do a lot, do you? Probably not.
Not very often.
No.
And
sometimes in port divers do that.
They'll clean it in port and they'll clean the prop, but you'll get to see it in dry dock for the Coast Guard regulated time frame.
Okay.
Heyo. And we've got one home.
Doesn't really matter, but gives you something to do.